else in there. I better go tell him.
Be careful of that vine. That's a trap.
I know. They threw me out.
Well, I'll tell them. You stay here.
Be careful of the vine. It's a trap.
I know.
Oh! What was that? Professor, did you hear something out here?
What?
Oh, you're taking a nap, huh? That's okay, because the skipper will drive you till you drop. Go back to sleep.
Come in. Oh, hello, Gilligan.
Hi, Professor. This is sure a nice place you got here. What are you doing?
I'm making notes for a book.
You mean you're writing a book?
Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to be off by myself. It's going to be a chronicle of our adventures on the island.
No kidding.
I think it's a book people will buy, don't you?
Sure, I'll buy one. I'm dying to find out what happens to us.
Fine.
Could I have back the chisel and saw you borrowed?
Oh, yeah. I loaned the chisel to the girls, but the saw's right here somewhere.
Gee.
What did you do to that wall?
I'm sorry, Professor. All I did was pull out this palm leaf and the whole thing fell down.
Oh, come on.
Honest, Professor, that's what happened.
Don't try to tell me that pulling out one palm leaf will make a whole wall fall down. I built this place, you remember?
Professor, it's getting kind of late. Why don't we call off the search and go back to camp?
Because the flare gun is our only chance to be rescued. Gilligan, only a coward would quit at a time like this.
Oh. Well, it'd be all right for the cowards to quit and go back to camp?
All this talk about voodoo and witchcraft is ridiculous. Whatever you saw last night, there is a simple, logical explanation for it.
Probably nothing more than a monster.
Gilligan, there is no such thing as a monster. Will you believe that?
I'll try, sir.
I know what I'm talking about. The only place you'll ever find a monster is in your mind.
And in the supply hut.
You know, I think we can cover more ground if we split up. I'll go this way, and you go that way.
Oh, well, wait a minute, Professor. Why don't we just kind of stay together and kind of go this way?
Gilligan, you're suffering from anxieties activated in your subconscious by a traumatic experience last night, resulting in withdrawal syndromes. Do you know what that means?
I'm chicken.
I think a signal fire is our best bet, Gilligan. Although I don't know if she'll be able to see it through all that nimbus cumuli.
Yeah, and all those clouds are in the way, too. I know where he's headed. Back to the lagoon.
He mustn't be awakened, or we'll never learn what we want to know. Don't utter a sound.
Okay, I won't utter a sound, but my foot's on fire. Look! Come on, Professor. He's going right back to the lagoon, just like I told you.
Battle stations! That, sir? Aye, aye, sir. Ah! Professor, where are we?
Still marooned on an island without a transmitter.
Oh, Gilligan.
Hi, another nail?
Yes. New formula. Less brittle. Hope this one works.
A lot less brittle, all right. Works fine if you hold it this way. Don't feel bad. Maybe he invented noodles.
Mr. Hale, I do wish you'd listen. Only one person could go in this balloon.
One person? No bubbly, no movies? Oh, my God, that's a tourist flight.
Exactly.
Well, exactly, then count me out.
All right, Skipper, then it's between you and me.
Why not draw straws?
Oh, of all the stupid ideas.
Why is it stupid?
Well, why did you say it was stupid, Gilligan?
But Skipper...
Well, I'll hold the straws.
No, no.
183, 184, 185.
I've been looking all over for you.
I'm not hard to find, Teach. Just look for my lovebirds here.
I've got wonderful news.
Oh?
Gilligan, what's wrong with you?
I've been exercising.
Why?
So I can die healthy.
Well, stay right here. I've got news that will brighten up your whole life.
Can I lie down and listen?
Why, of course. I do listen to this. I've been...
Right this way.
Come on, Gilligan. Snap out of us. Now listen. We've got exactly 48 hours to get him into shape. We've got to get sugar into his bloodstream. We've got to strengthen his muscles. He has got to be in
Professor.
What?
While we're building them up, they're knocking them down. Well, I hope whoever finds it has better luck with it than I did.
Hey, that's right. Whoever finds it next gets 3 wishes.
See you later, Gilligan.
Professor, I didn't think you believed in that wishing stuff.
Oh, I don't. It's completely unscientific, absolutely absurd, violates every rule of common sense, and is completely contrary to the rules of logic and intelligence. But just in case. Gilligan.
Yeah?
I think the skipper's got amnesia.
And what you?
Amnesia. That's when people can't remember anything at all.
Oh, that can't be too serious. That happens to me all the time.
Now what's happened to the skipper? He keeps rubbing his head. Could you have hit him with something?
Oh, no, hitting the skipper's a court-martial offense. I'd be hung.
No, if it were an accident.
Oh, well, I remember pulling the vine, and a pole fell down, and then he took his nap.
Well, that's what must have happened.
Well, will he ever remember to stop forgetting?
Too early to tell. You better take him on back to his hut. I'm going to check this out in my medical book.
Hi, Professor.
Ah, Gilligan, I've got good news. Just finished cooking up an anesthetic for you. Anesthetic, to put you to sleep during the operation.
If I go to sleep, I'll miss everything.
Would you rather stay up?
Keep cooking.
You see, Gilligan, there are various plants and roots here on the island which are analgesic in nature due to the presence of nitrous oxide compounds. And in a concentrated form, they should make an effective anesthetic.
It figures.
Think that's enough heat?
Is that the stuff?
That's it.
I don't smell a thing.
Gilligan, don't breathe that.
I don't feel a thing. I don't smell a thing. You know, Professor, I was worried about the operation before, but I'm not worried anymore because you're being so careful.
Gilligan, I think you'd better sit down.
Why? I feel just fine. It probably just needs some more roots or flowers. Are you sure this is the added stuff that's supposed to work on me? Because it doesn't have any effect. Please yell at me. I can't stand the tone of what you're not saying.
You know you didn't mean to smash the lens, Gilligan. We're just trying to figure out what to do now.
What are you thinking about? Oh, he said something about a ticket. Did you see a boat? Gilligan, did you see a boat?
No.
Gilligan, what's all the shouting about? Well, it is a bit hot today. Perhaps Gilligan has a touch of the sun.
I think that's it, Professor. He does
got
feel
the ticket. I'm a millionaire. I got the
saying that over and over again.
It's flipped. Oh, what kind of a ticket would make somebody rich?
Well, perhaps if the skipper will remove his hand, Gilligan will tell us.
Well, in the processing of this film, I encountered what you might call a few technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties?
He means me.
Gilligan, you are jamming the radio. Don't you understand? Well, maybe you better go back in the hut. Oh, I see. You're keeping the skipper awake.
Well, listen, I've got to listen to the storm warning, so you've got to find someplace else to sleep.
Hi, Professor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gilligan. I'm afraid I've been indulging in a bit of reverie.
That's funny. I could have sworn you were just sitting there thinking.
See, Mrs. Tiffany Smith, for reasons which I can't explain, has taken a fancy to me. She's consented to work with me, side by side, hand in hand, toe to toe.
Sounds more like you're going to have a sack race together.
Together we shall burst through the wall of ignorance and discover one of the most important things in life.
What's that?
The mating cycle of the angleworm. Terribly important.
Yeah, it must be, especially to the angleworm.
And you know, I believe she'd assist me in building a laboratory. She's been hinting at it, but I'm not sure.
Why don't you ask her?
Gilligan, beneath that bumbling and stumbling exterior, you have a mind which moves swiftly and directly to the point. Thank you.
Well, that's okay, Professor. If you got any problems, I'll be happy to help. Guess what I got now?
Throw it out, Gilligan. Gilligan, what are you... Gilligan, will you stop that?
You told me.
Skipper, just because you said he read your mind doesn't mean he read it.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Professor. All right, then, you think of something and he'll read your mind.
Oh, really, Skipper?
Well, come on, Professor, just think of something.
Oh, go ahead. Humor him, Professor.
Well, all right, go ahead.
The symbol for aluminum is Al. Its atomic number is 13. Its atomic weight is 26.97.
Did he really read your mind, Professor?
Well, it must be some sort of a trick. I mean, it's impossible to read minds.
Well, try him again, Professor. Try him again.
I will.
The index of refraction is N equals sine 1 over sine R equals V1 over V2.
Is that right?
Well, there's no doubt about it. Gilligan read my mind.
I must have. I don't even know what I said.
Little buddy, are you all right?
Yeah. Meet Tarzan. You Jane? California.
Well, we also learned that it's model XR1000. And what's more important, I think I've solved the schematic problem.
Is that good?
Raise your right arm. Ah, yes, the schematic pattern is the key to how to activate it. Raise your left arm. Gilligan, the possibilities are unlimited. And until the Air Force finds our friend, we can put it to all sorts of uses.
Will it bring water from the spring?
Raise your left leg. I believe I can program it to do all the unpleasant tasks on the island.
Even the laundry?
Twirl your right arm. Gilligan, this mechanical marvel can be taught to do everything a man can do. And it can do it better. No.
And we thought that robot was going to get us rescued.
Well, he's so smart, maybe he can figure out something.
Gilligan, for goodness sakes, robots don't think. They only do what you tell them to.
That's it. If we can figure out what to tell him, he could rescue us.
Are you serious?
I certainly am.
And what's the robot supposed to use to build the radio station? Bamboo and coconuts?
Well, maybe he could swim to Hawaii and buy some tubes and wires and stuff like that.
Gilligan, if he could swim, for goodness sakes, we wouldn't need a radio station. We could program him to tell the authorities all about us. That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Wait a minute, that's it. Little buddy, that's it. You did it again.
What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
Well, if we can get it to swim to Hawaii, our worries are all over.
Yeah, if we can solve one other problem.
What's that?
Where are we going to find a bathing suit big enough to fit him?
Yeah, bathing
Try this, robot.
Oh, it's no use, Gilligan. Its arms and legs just won't work that way.
Well, how about the butterfly stroke, like that?
No, the arms won't move over the head.
Oh. How about the side stroke? Like that. Oops.
What's the matter?
I just dropped my rabbit's foot out of my pocket. Wait a minute.
I thought I taught you not to pay any attention to those superstitions.
But it brings me luck.
Luck, Gilligan, is all in the mind.
Professor, with my mind, I need all the luck I can get.
How's it going?
Oh, not very well, Skipper. The robot just isn't built for swimming.
Oh, have you tried teaching him the Australian crawl?
What do you mean crawl? He has to swim to Hawaii.
Very funny, Gilligan.
Oh, we've tried the backstroke, the breaststroke, the side stroke, everything, and it's no use. His arms and legs simply don't have the mobility of a man.
Well, neither does a dog, and they can swim.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The dog paddle, that's it. I mean, it's a little slow, but I think his arms and legs can make those motions.
Oh. Well, I'll try it, huh?
Yes,
Don't just stand there. Get on there and show him
Hey,
how to do the
robot.
dog paddle.
Robot, watch me, robot. Robot, like this.
He's doing it.
Lower the table, oh spirits. Stop talking.
What? Oh, thank you, Spirit. Professor? Professor, are you asleep?
Huh? Oh, what is it, Gilligan?
Don't you ever snore?
Not that I know of. Good night, Gilligan.
Good night, Professor. I can't sleep. It's too quiet.
It's too what?
I'm used to the skipper snoring. He snores something awful.
All right, Gilligan. All right. I tell you what. If you let me go back to sleep, I'll try to snore like the skipper. Is that a deal?
It's a deal.
Thank you.
How you gonna do that?
Gilligan, will you please go... Would you go back to sleep? Gilligan, I hate to tell you this, but...
I know. You're allergic to me, too.
Oh.
Yeah, Professor?
Yeah, Gilligan, little buddy, the professor's very concerned about your present condition.
He is. What about?
Yes, Gilligan, your body has absorbed so much of that papaya nut oil through your scalp that I feel you should have a shot of allergy serum to guard against a sudden reaction.
Oh, is that all? Well, if all you can take shots from me, I guess I can take a little old...
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, Gilligan, it doesn't matter where you get the shot.
Skipper, you and I can go to the island and sail the yacht back.
Gilligan, why don't you stop making those dumb suggestions?
No. It is a brilliant suggestion. It is?
Of course. You and the skipper return with the doctor and sail the yacht back for the rest of us.
You see?
You know, well, nobody likes a show-off.
Skipper, your blood pressure is very high.
Well, no wonder with him around here.
Gilligan, perhaps you'd better leave.
No, I want to stay and watch.
Well, I'm going to make a blood test, and the sight of blood won't disturb you, will it?
Are you kidding? Think I'm chicken?
Yeah, Skipper, give me your arm.
I've decided to give everyone a slice.
Gilligan, King Solomon couldn't have done better. Well, as we say in Latin, unicus messotatus.
Yeah, what a mess.
That means, what a mess.
Ginger, I shall reunite this couple myself.
Well, then that solves everything.
Except that he can't do it.
I can't?
No, not unless you want another illegal wedding. I'm afraid a captain has no authority on dry land, only at sea.
Well, how deep does the water have to be?
Gilligan, is this going to be another one of your stupid suggestions?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't want to hear it.
Okay. Professor, if we build a raft and float at the lagoon, could he marry them?
Say, that's an idea. As long as it's on water, I guess it's legal.
Ah. I just asked the professor.
I heard,
And
Gilligan.
he said?
I heard.
And what do you say?
What else can I say? We are gathered here today to unite this couple in holy matrimony.
Don't go near that.
It talked.
Skipper, Gilligan.
It knows our names.
It's the professor.
Doesn't look like a professor.
Get away from there.
I wonder what he's worried about.
Fast.
Let's go find out, fast.
All right. Just stop right there. I'm surprised at both of you. Grown men completely unnerved by a silly, superstitious fable.
You mean he won't turn into a vampire?
Gilligan, it was only a movie.
Yeah, but I saw it 3 times. It always came out the same way.
All right, if it'll make you feel any better, why don't you two seal up the mouth of that cave? That at least will keep the vampires, I mean the bats, from becoming a nuisance.
Oh, that's a good idea, Professor. Come on, let's go see
Gilligan, wait a minute. You better get the girls to put a dressing on that wound right now.
Yeah, I better do it right now. Because after I become a vampire, they'll never look at me.
And stop saying that. Now, I don't want you or the skipper ever mentioning this vampire business again. There's no sense in upsetting the others over anything so preposterous. Agreed?
Yeah, all right, Professor, agreed. Come on.
Our best protection against the vegetables we've eaten is through well, that is to say, through plant fats. And the best source of plant fats is the soap we've been making here on the island.
Do you mean we have to take a bath of that soap?
No, we shall have to consume it internally.
Oh, thank goodness. For a minute there, I thought we were going to have to eat it.
When Hecuba laughed at Ginger's acting, she became emotionally disturbed and psychologically maladjusted.
Not only that, she's upset. I have an idea.
Gilligan, we don't need another one of your ideas. We're in enough trouble now.
I was just thinking, if we put on a musical with Ginger as the star, H.H. would see how great she was.
That's a great idea, Gilligan. A dumb one.
Oh, on the contrary, that's a marvelous idea, Gilligan.
But, Professor, when you put on a stage show, you've got to have rehearsals. H.H. has been running our legs off all day long.
But he doesn't call us at night.
Oh, you're really something. At night.
Why not? We could use torches.
Yeah, and we can rehearse in the clearing where he can't hear us.
But Hecuba puts on musicals, and so happens we don't have any musicals to put on.
The Howells have records, and we brought some books, and books are always being made into musicals. Great is a fruitless task, Gilligan.
Well, the only thing left is Hamlet by William Shakespeare.
That's it. Hamlet is a marvelous play.
Come on, Professor, open up. Open your mouth. It's yummy, yummy, yummy. Come on, Professor. It's really good. Come on, Professor.
Gilligan, what are you doing?
I'm trying to snap the professor out of his trance. I've got his favorite dish here, halibut and kumquat sauce.
Calm down now. We'll go see the professor.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes, certainly. He'll tell us exactly what happened.
I haven't the slightest idea what happened.
You see? The professor doesn't even know what happened.
But, Professor, don't you have any idea?
Well, a man's hair turning white could be caused by lots of things.
Name one.
Well, for instance, have you had a bad fright recently?
Yeah. When I got up this morning, I saw my hair turn white.
Gilligan, he means before your hair turned white.
Gilligan, would you like a little sage advice?
I don't need any sage advice. What I need is some sage help. Sage help! Sage help!
Cut that out. Thanks, Gilligan. It'll always remind me of you. Gee, it starts.
And to the professor, I leave him my last possession, my body.
Hi, everybody.
Gilligan, why did you give yourself up?
I got an idea.
Oh, brother.
I have ideas.
I know.
Well, I thought of that berry juice, which makes you see double, makes you see 3 times and 4 times. And if they drink it,
Yes, then they'd see 4 times as many of us.
and they'll think they're outnumbered.
It's an excellent plan.
Oh, it is an excellent plan. I just wish somebody else had thought of it.
Well, what difference does it make who thought of it?
Well, because Gilligan's the only one I know that can snatch defeat right out of the mouth of victory.
Hi, Professor.
Hi, Gilligan. Where is everybody?
You wouldn't believe the day I had today. Where's the skipper?
Oh, he'll be along shortly. His load is larger and heavier.
I sure hope so.
Gilligan, we had the most marvelous luck. We found this streak of phosphorescent rock on the side of a hill.
How'd you get it out?
Why, with this stick of crude dynamite that I made.
Oh, Professor, you never should have done that.
Well, it was the only way we could get the rock.
I don't mean that. I mean you never should have done that.
Done what? Carrying concealed weapon.
Gilligan, were you ever in love?
Yes.
What was her name?
Herman.
Herman?
That's an odd name for a girl.
Not if the girl's a turtle.
Be serious.
And she was in love with me. I lied. She was in love with another turtle.
All right, Gilligan, let's talk about Mrs. Howell.
It wouldn't work. Don't you see, Gilligan's answered your questions truthfully about who he loved, and it wasn't Mrs. Howell.
But I've been getting all those notes. Somebody must be in love with me.
Well, if none of us wrote those notes, it must mean that there's someone else on the island.
There's someone else?
Someone else? You mean a total stranger in love with my wife?
We've simply got to find out who finds me so fascinating. I must know who this mysterious, frightening, fiendish, sweet stranger is.
Where are you going to?
Oh, to fix my hair and freshen my makeup. After all, one never knows who one might meet.
Do you really think there's somebody else on the island?
Gilligan, I think I know exactly who this total stranger is.
So do I.
Oh, Gilligan has no native instincts either for headhunting or survival, and I'm not going to let him live alone on the other side of the island.
How are you going to stop him?
By literally putting my head on the chopping block.
What do you mean?
Watch. Gilligan, I brought you a little going-away present. It's a hand axe. Thought it might come in handy while you were out looking for trophies.
Thanks, Professor. I'm glad somebody believes I'm really a Kupakai headhunter.
Why don't you start your collection with my head?
Huh?
I mean, I'd consider it an honor to be your first victim. Well, come on, Gilligan, chop off my head. I mean, a real Kupakai wouldn't turn down the offer of a head.
Hey, look what I found.
Never mind what you found, Gilligan. We've been looking for you all over the island.
What for? I'm in here.
I can't believe it. Well, these drawings are prehistoric hieroglyphics. Gilligan, do you realize what you've done?
I didn't do it, honest. I can't even pronounce it.
Well, you may have discovered a way to get us off the island. Please, Mr. Howell, these pieces have got to fit together exactly like a jigsaw.
I think we're still missing maybe a jig or a saw.
Well, that's a rather unique way of phrasing it, but I think Gilligan is right. Several pieces of the tablet are still missing.